Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Svetlana and today I have a very exciting video. I know I say this often, but actually today is going to be so interesting and fun. Honestly, I'm gonna have a little bit of spoilers because I'm gonna be using some stuff from the upcoming video where I did an unboxing. But I just cannot resist and use them already. My hands are itchy actually. One of those items is this beautiful pot. Guys, look at this thing. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't that adorable? Isn't that full of potential? Oh my gosh. So today I'm gonna be making a fairy garden with this pot. You can see little sneak peeks of some plants that I have prepared for all of that, but we will jump into fairy garden business little bit later. Also, on the very end, I think I'm gonna be repotting the small little cacti that I got from also in one of my recent unboxings. This is actually so cute and adorable and beautiful, but it's springtime and the roots already seem to be escaping the spot, so I actually have a little upgrade. I mean, this is nothing crazy in the size comparison, but at the same time I think this is gonna be perfect and still have that like cute vibe to it. So we're gonna be doing that reporting, but right now I want to start this video with one of my biggest passions about houseplant collecting, about this whole hobby. And you might be knowing what the heck am I talking from the title, but today guys, today was the first day after I went ahead to walk Baloo. I actually had a little injury in my leg, so I was in my bed for about, right now, probably a couple weeks already, which is so difficult for me because I'm such a person that cannot stand still. I need to do something with my hands, with my leg. The worst thing for me is just do nothing. So it was tough, but today was that morning that I finally woke up and said, this is it. We're gonna go for a little walk, nothing too crazy, not gonna be running or something, but just a little walk around the neighborhood, like, 10 minutes walk. Anyway, so we did that. And guess what? Guess what? Just as I walked out and had a little time with myself and baby Baloo, I filmed a little bit footages for you as well. I flippin' found a thrown away plant. Oh my gosh. I mean, what are the chances? What are the odds that there's gonna be a thrown away houseplant in this route that I was going for like 10 minutes? It's like, oh, this was destiny. This was meant to be, and I just don't want to hear anything else. So let me show you a little footage of me going for that walk and rescuing that plant and carrying it back home, and then we'll jump into the rescue mission. Let's do this.
I still the wildest in that little town, a church in Willow, soaping night against the wind until the lights of hero. Said we thrown it out among the bends of coal that were given. Have you thought of me, our grassy fade, our glimpse of heaven? A little love, a little love, a little love. A little love, a little love, a little love. I'm speaking of. And the yellow light along the curb we danced and you pulled me. Said the homes all falling down. You said that this could be living.
Alright guys, so what do we think? What do we think? I think this is such a nice houseplant rescue. I actually was filming a couple houseplant shopping videos this year. I think I have been given hints that I'm looking into Dracaena marginata because I just love the simple vibe about it and I want to add some more plants into my office. So this is going to be such a nice addition. But before bringing it to my office, I need to go ahead and rescue it and keep it alive. So let me quickly show you what the heck am I talking about. Let me move away baby plants that might be in the way. We'll jump into them later on. Bam, shabam. Alright, let me bring out the star. Wait, somehow. Look at this thing, guys. So this is Dracaena marginata. This is a cutting. You saw where I found it. It was simply on a hill of trash. And guess what? I think somebody just flipping accidentally broke off the branch from their Dracaena marginata, or a dragon palm, some people call them as well. And I was lucky enough to find it. This is actually how the bottom looks like, so it's definitely broken off. It also has a little ribbon on it. Look at this. Cute, right? So we're actually gonna take it off, I think, because we don't need that. I actually already went ahead into the shower myself and later on gave a shower to this plant, so you can see little droplets of water here and there on this plant, but all in all it looks so healthy and happy. The leaves look so, this whole plant looks so full of leaves and they're not like elongated, so I want to believe that this plant was loved in the previous home, but accidents happen. Probably somebody, since it's Easter today as I'm filming this, for Catholics or Christians. I am Christian, but I'm Orthodox, so my Easter gonna be a couple weeks later. So just simple Sunday for me. But somebody probably did not want to go ahead into the struggles and stuff like that, so just flipping left it out there for somebody to rescue, and here I was, Supergirl. So today we're gonna be rescuing it, and I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna be successful. It's not my first Dracaena marginata rescue. At this point, I think I have like maybe 4 Dracaena rescue videos on my channel. Some of them were really extremely lucky, others were complete fails, so not sure how it's gonna go with this one since it's a cutting and doesn't have any root system, but I'm gonna show you every single step what I'm gonna be doing about it, and hopefully later on show you some cool updates. In my previous video where I filmed my March favorites, I already showed you a beautiful update on my hibiscus rose. It looks so crazy right now, so bushy, so I hope this is gonna be another happy rescue mission and I wanna take you along. So, first off, what I'm gonna do, I actually wanna get rid of this cute little bow. Somehow. Okay, let me just grab scissors. Yeah, let's put it. I actually accidentally, by bringing it home or maybe giving it a shower, broke a couple leaves off, or maybe it wasn't even me, I'm not sure, but I still wanna get rid of those as well that I broke off on the very top. This one, for example, is broken, so I wanna cut it off. Bam. And since this plant doesn't have any root system, it's gonna be struggling as a cutting because there's so much foliage for him to take care of, to keep alive, so it's gonna be very difficult for him and way less chance for him to grow. Actually, I'm gonna be propagating it in water, so what I wanna do, actually, I wanna get rid of some bottom leaves of this cutting to make its life a little bit easier and the whole process of growing roots easier, because right now he doesn't have where to get the energy from, so I wanna make his life a little bit easier. So let's cut off some bottom leaves of this baby as well. Let's see, maybe I'm just gonna, oh yeah, I just can take them off as so. Okay, I actually also checked on the pest situation while giving it a shower, and I'm so happy to say that it's pest free, which is of course a beautiful thing, because more often than not people throw away their plants because of the pests. Since it's a struggle, lots of work to get rid of them, they just flip and throw away the plants and just call it. This specific one doesn't have trips. It actually looks really healthy. I love how leaves are actually kind of white in comparison with other Dracaenas, so it definitely had a good life in that home. So that makes me a little bit surprised why somebody just, called it, But I guess I'm the lucky one because I found it. So, okay, just taking off some. At the same time, it's a bit painful to take off all of those healthy leaves. But also, some of the bottom leaves aren't that healthy. You can see the edges of them. Some of them are very healthy and beautiful, right? So we're gonna get rid still of some of them because I rather will have a little bit more naked looking palm in the bottom, but an alive one, than just, lose the whole plant because it struggled to keep all those leaves alive. So at least this is how I am going into this project. Okay, I think I took maybe around 20 leaves off. Some of them were beautiful, others, like the biggest part of them, weren't so beautiful. They were pretty old leaves, so this is definitely gonna look like a little glow up for this plant. I mean, at the same time, I could take even more of these leaves. But oh my gosh, I'm struggling to do it because they are all beautiful and thick and gorgeous. I feel like dracaenas are one of the most common plants people are using in their offices, in their homes. They're very available even in the grocery stores. But there is a reason for that, because they seem to be pretty easy to grow. Okay, this is how it looks like so far. I love that we already have a pretty decent stem in here, but what I really don't like about, since we're already done with the leaf situation over here, oh, we have one broken off on top. Since we're done with that leaf situation right now, what I want to do, I actually want to take care of that stem, because this is not ideal. This definitely might be rotting because the broken bottom is just, it's not straight. I mean, it's broken off, so there's lots of pieces and stuff. So what I want to do, I actually want to cut it in straight line, maybe a little bit, like angle it a bit, so it will have a little bit more space for the roots. Just like you do, for example, with sansevieria slash dracaenas. I mean, this is something I never did before, but let's go ahead and try it. Who knows, maybe I'm gonna invent something new. Okay, so I wanna go ahead. I actually cannot find my pruners. I flip and put them somewhere, as Svetlana do most of her life, and I just cannot find it. So we're gonna go with the flow and have a simple knife from my kitchen that I... Okay. Well, it definitely doesn't want to give up. So let's go and do that from all of the sides. I want to make a clean cut. This is disinfected knife. Okay. Okay. Honestly, I could go ahead and try to propagate that part, but since it's so small and all beaten up, I'm just gonna throw away this. So right now, since we have a nice clean bottom, like so, beautiful fresh bottom, what I wanna do, I actually gonna propagate this dracaena in water. I feel like this is the most successful way to propagate dracaenas, once again, since I already have a bit of experience of doing that. In my experience, to propagate sansevieras in soil, most often they just die off, like rot off or dry off. It's very, very risky, especially since the stem is so woody. It's very difficult for it to get the water, to drink the water from the soil. So what I want to do, I actually want to put it in simple vase that I prepared. This vase that I got from my mom when I started to live alone with my fiance. It's very Soviet looking, like. I mean, it probably was bought in Soviet times, but it's very special. Anywho, what I like about it, it's very heavy and chunky, and it's gonna be perfect for this top heavy plant. But before putting it into the water, I actually have some rooting hormone. This is the kind I'm using. I actually bought it maybe 6 years ago, and I just cannot just finish it up. I still have like half of it, but it seems to be very, very good for me, so I'm just keep on using it, right? So what I want to do, I actually want to dip it in that rooting hormone. Not too crazy, you don't need an insane amount of that, but just to cover some area of that bottom part where it's supposed to grow roots. And that's it. Right now I'm just gonna plop it in the water. I actually don't want to add a lot of water in that vase because these dracaena stems actually tend to rot. So that would be very risky to have just it sitting in a lot of water, because that part that will be sitting in the water, it's actually gonna be looking a bit like covered in boogers, let's just put it that way. So not very pleasant and beautiful. So to avoid that, I have like maybe 4 inches, maybe even less level of water, and that should be enough for it to grow roots. I mean, most often than not, dracaenas will grow roots just from the very tip of the cutting, so I don't need to have it all the way up, you know? So this is how it's gonna be looking so far. Like so, nothing too crazy, but at the same time, kind of cute centerpiece. If I would have like an empty table or something, I would just put it like so and just have it, you know, be like a little bouquet of flowers, but green version, like the jungle version, right? But I'm gonna put it somewhere around my home. It actually loves bright light, but not direct sunlight, so I'm gonna look for some somewhere perfect for it. And later on, stay tuned, subscribe to my channel to see the update on this beauty. Hopefully it's gonna be okay. I mean, I did everything I could at this point. I mean, I still can go ahead and lose some of the leaves, but I want to keep my fingers crossed that that will be enough, and hopefully that will be enough. So this is it for the rescue part of this video. I'm actually really excited. Oh, I wanted Racino for a couple months now, and this is destiny. This is definitely destiny. Okay, right now for another fun part. I feel like this video of houseplant stuff is actually pretty fun. Like every single part of it is fun because I love making and creating fairy gardens. So when I saw this houseplant pot, I was like, this is just perfect. Like every single difficult part about this fairy garden is already made, so I do not need to take care of the little statues, little houses. I love that there are different levels, so I can plant different plants all around and make it more realistic. So this is what we're gonna work with right now. So I think I might even put you a little bit lower so you'll just see up close this pot and what I'm gonna be doing with it. But before that, let me quickly show what kind of plants I wanna be using for this. So as you can tell, I have 3 different like pockets in here, but they all will grow in the very same hole. So this pot is just one singular pot, right? So all of those plants are going to be growing in the very same soil mix. That's what means that all of the plants need to be used to pretty similar growth conditions. So for example, I cannot grow cacti here and a peperomia here because peperomia will need a lot of water, cacti won't need a lot of water, and one of them will die, you know? So I either will overwater one or underwater another one, and some of them will be unhappy. So I want to go ahead and make sure that I will be painting that I will be planting similar condition loving plants in here. Actually, when I ordered this pot, I thought there will be different pockets, so you know I will be able to play with different varieties of plants, but that wasn't the case. So we're gonna work with that as is. So what I actually wanna add is definitely this euphorbia. This is like a mini palm. You cannot like put it other way. I think this would look perfect in one of these pockets. I mean, look, this is, I could not find a more perfect plant. This is definitely the one that I saw in my collection, and I was like, this definitely needs to go into that pot. But then later on I thought, okay, since it's a euphorbia, it doesn't like too much water, but also it's not a cacti, so it likes a little bit more of water. So this is very risky. So what I thought, I went ahead into big box store yesterday with my fiance. I mean, he drove me there because I cannot walk too much, so it was a pretty quick trip. But I found this nice Senecio Himalaya, and I think this is such a nice, like, bush looking plant that I could plant in one of these pockets and just add like jungle effect for it. There are actually 3 plants inside, and yesterday while bringing it home, I actually accidentally threw it to the ground. So some of the leaves are a bit broken, but that's okay. It actually has 3 plants in one pot, so I thought maybe to add 2 in one pocket, 1 singular in another pocket. And I feel like these 2 plants love pretty similar conditions, so this should be okay. But then I was struggling to find more succulent-like plants, so I thought, you know what, maybe let's just think about this whole thing from different perspectives. So for example, as you can tell, the layers are like in different levels of, so the soil levels in here will be different. So for example, the bottom part will receive the most water, like that. This is where the soil will be like the most moist after watering, and the very top is gonna be the most dry, of course, because gravity, right? So I thought maybe to make a little bit of a risky move and plant this cute ivy. This is English ivy with a little chicken in there. This is actually an Easter composition that I got from grocery store yesterday as well. But I thought maybe to plant it on the very bottom in here, and I felt like this is also would be a perfect plant. And since it will be in the very bottom in there, it's gonna be like receiving the most moisture. So that's where my mind took me. And then I also have some cuttings of Ficus benjamina. And once again, these ones like to be watered a bit more than all of these plants, but at the same time they like similar conditions to English ivy, so they do not like to be overwatered. And these cuttings are actually already have decent roots on them, and they definitely look like small trees. Once again, you cannot tell me they do not look like small trees, so I thought to maybe add like couple singular ones like this to make them look like little trees. This is where my mind took me, so I'm not sure how we're gonna do with it. I'm actually a bit nervous. I have cacti soil mix prepared. I have little pebbles prepared as a top layers to hide all of that soil. And let's have a little bit of fun, guys. Let me bring you closer, probably here on the table, and let's do the business. Oh, I'm so excited. Alright, guys, I clipped my hair, so we're gonna be meaning business right now. Nothing will be in my way. I know the angle might be a bit odd, but hopefully you will see a little bit more up close and it's gonna make a little bit more sense to you guys. I have my classic favorite like natural colored pebbles for the top layer, but we're gonna go into that in the very end of this video. Right now I wanna go ahead, prepare my soil. Once again, have simple cacti mix. I actually won't be using like adding anything else additionally because I do not want to add any perlite since it's left to go up top after watering. I feel like perlite is the worst thing you could use for fairy gardens because it always like it doesn't look pretty. And the fairy gardens, like the main point of them is to look pretty, right? So, well, okay. What? Okay, we have a little bit of plastic. We'll take that out. Right, so simple soil mix. It's a bit sandy. I like that. Let's go ahead and start working on this baby. How do you, we'll see, like that. Yeah, is it better? I think it is. I actually, once again, a little spoiler, bought these tools. So I think this is gonna be perfect to work in these small crevices, like so. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. Okay. So once again, actually what I love about this pot, that we have little mesh already coming together with the spot while buying it. So this is a very awesome deal. So I'm putting it on a hole and let's start adding my soil mix in there. Oh my gosh, I actually unboxed this pot, I think, on Tuesday maybe. And my hands were so itchy to finally go ahead and play with this pot because this is like so cute. I cannot wait to buy more things like these ones because this is just such a vibe, such a fairy tale vibe. Oh, we're gonna have some mess, obviously, as we always do. That's okay. Okay, adding pretty decent layer of soil in there. We'll brush off the soil from everything else later on. Okay. Feel like we're getting there. Actually want to go ahead and push the soil in. So later on, after watering, all of my plants won't just fall into there. I think we're kind of ready for business. I need something on that side as well. Once again, spoon while doing reportings is unbeatable tool for me. Okay, so as you can tell, we have a pretty decent layer of soil in there. I'm so sorry, actually it was supposed to be a very sunny day today, but for some reason sun decided to hide behind clouds, so let's try to work with that still. Okay, bam. Have all of that ready for action. Okay, so you know what, right now it's time to go ahead and decide on the plants I want to be using in here. And once again, this palm is definitely gonna go in there, so let me go ahead and take it out of the pot. Do you want to see how I take it out? Probably. This is an interesting angle to work with. Okay. Actually has a couple babies in the pot. Baby number 1 and baby number 2. So I'm actually curious to see. Oh, okay. I think I got this euphorbia from a plant swap. And since then I never reported it, so it's fun to see what we're working with. Actually, it doesn't have too much of roots. It's interesting, so it just puts out like little roots from which later on little babies starts to grow. This one, for example, is growing from the very stem, so definitely cannot detach this one. Wait, let's see how that would work in here. It's actually working on a baby. Another baby over here as well. I actually wanted it to go a little bit more into side like so, so I'm gonna be cutting this one. Since I still have that knife, just gonna cut it off. Once again, be careful with euphorbias. They have that yellow, that white sap whenever you're working with them, so keep that in mind, right? Alright, now the fun part, to think where to play around with plants and see where I would like them to grow. I think this one. Right, let me see. Like this, or nah, I think this is perfect spot for it. Okay, plant number 1 will go in here. Oh my gosh, this looks so good already, right? Oh my gosh, okay. But we still have a little empty space here around. And this is, since it's a euphorbia, I definitely don't want to put my Ficus benjaminus in there, but I think I might want to plant them in this pocket. In this pocket, in the very bottom, I think I'm going to be planting my English ivy. So let's take out that chicken first of all. I actually love chicken, so I'm definitely going to put it somewhere around my home. Okay. Okay, this was very easy to take out of the soil, of the pot, sorry. I want to get rid of some of those like dry pieces of soil. And yes, you might notice that I'm putting the old soil with the new soil. I'm just too lazy to go ahead and take another dish. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vines in here. This is awesome. Looks very bushy. I actually could take one out and plant it in here. Oh yeah, I want to do that. Now it's pretty risky to put euphorbia with Dracaena, but I'm gonna take that risk. So I'm gonna plant one here and another one in here later on. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. I'm just imagining that I'm working with my own garden right now, to be honest. Oh my gosh, like I have my new home. I'm just working on my garden projects over here. Take some of that soil out. I definitely probably should have started to work from the bottom to the top. It's okay. We're learning as we go there. This is actually perfect. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm trying to put them like to that side so they will look like natural growing in here. And right now, where my small shovel comes to work. Sorry if you cannot see much. I'll show you everything up close. Just give me some time. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, this looks good. Actually, I'm pretty sure I won't be needing to use those top layer pebbles on some of these pockets because the plants actually just fill those pockets in perfectly. One pocket is done. I think it looks pretty natural, like a little abandoned garden in there, right? Okay, right now let's go ahead and plant that euphorbia. In there. Once again, I want to add those little bushes of ivy around so it will look very natural. Like, you know, not just simple one singular plant planted in there, but just like a full-on garden. I'm making it pretty messy right now, but once again later on I will just clean it up with a brush. Oh my gosh, this honestly is so much fun. Look, the starts to come together, right? Definitely looks like a little bit of a wild garden in here. And the last thing, you know what, I guess we're gonna go without Ficus benjamina this time, and we'll need to find another project for it. Unfortunately, it's been waiting so much, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and plop this senecio in this hole right here. Oh my gosh, I'm having such a good time over here. Actually, it was watered when I was buying it yesterday, so the soil will be still pretty moist, of course, which is not ideal for repotting. I think this will go perfectly into that little pocket they have right there. Just making a hole so this whole thing then can go just straight into there. Oh, I need to break it off a bit, okay? That's alright. Honestly, I'm not very familiar with this plant. I used to see it in like big box stores, but you know, I would never buy one because they seem to be plants that really need a lot of sunlight, and you know, they would stretch if they wouldn't receive that. So I never like bought them, but they just looked too perfect for this project, so I guess we're gonna need to work on that. Yes. Oh my gosh, look at this. Isn't that just a simple, beautiful jungle vibe? Okay. Have brushes over here. My painting brushes. Let's use one to clean it up a bit, and I will show you the reveal shortly. Okay, watering this thing definitely gonna be a challenge. We'll need to go ahead and, you know, be mindful about all of those different plants. But I think it's gonna be a very fun challenge. Done. Guys, look at this. This looks so wild. You know what? I think I don't like this. This is like too much. I think I wanna take one out. Just put in here two of these senecios. So let's get rid of one. I'm gonna plant it somewhere else separately. I wanna have a little bit of a cleaner look in there. Wow, it actually smells like ginger. That's wild. That is wild. Okay, like so. Does it look a bit better? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Good call, Svetlana. Good call. Oh my gosh, and I think we are done with this little fairy garden. Look at this thing, guys. I feel like this is so pretty, so unique. I'm gonna shoot some up-close shots for you right now to include. But this is definitely something really beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, definitely did a lot of mess over here, but let's ignore that. Okay, last thing left to do is of course to plant this cute, well, showing you an empty pot and saying this cute plant, this cute cacti, right? Okay, let me go ahead and plant this beautiful thing right here. Let's see how we can take it out. Maybe this funny thing will help. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so rooted. Look at this. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Actually, this is such a perfect tool to repot cacti. I didn't need to touch like single bit of it, which is awesome. Let me add a little fresh layer of soil to this baby. Bam. Look at that. This was so easy. Oh my gosh. I'm enjoying this so much. Let me fill that in. Fresh soil. Actually, for those who are celebrating, hope you had a wonderful Easter time with your family, friends, close ones. We actually this year didn't celebrate it. I mean, my fiance's Easter because he isn't feeling too well, and all of the foods that are traditional here in Lithuania to eat on Easter isn't actually ideal for sensitive stomach, so we just seeing this as a simple Sunday this year, which is a bit unfortunate because I love Easter, but it's okay, you know, health comes first. It was so funny actually to go ahead and walk baby Baloo today because it feels like I was living under a rock, which is a bit funny because there's so much happening in nature already. We have so many blooms blooming, we have so many baby leaves growing on our trees, so it feels like while I was in bed for these couple weeks, the spring came to Vilnius. So fun. That's very nice surprise. Sorry if you can hear birds. I actually have a bird feeder right in front over here on my windowsill. I love to watch birds, so lots of action is happening today. I think birds also know that it's Easter, so they should eat a little bit more than usually. Okay, look at this. This looks perfect. Right now I want to go ahead and add little layer of pebbles. Since this is very small terracotta pot, it won't hold on to that moisture for too long. So a little layer of pebbles not only will add that beautiful aesthetic look, it also will help to hold in a bit more moisture. Not too much, but a bit. Actually, while laying in bed, I need to do something, you know, to watch something. So I started to watch Love is Blind, and oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Is anybody watching Love is Blind? Because dang, that show is wild. You know what, since I have this baby Sanitio, let's also pot it up. Okay, this is dangerous. That I bought it in. I mean, there were 3 plants while buying it, so it's definitely gonna have a little bit of more space right now. And I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with this. Do it later. Later on. Maybe we'll add to another fairy garden project. I actually also unboxed a terrarium, so that's where we might take it. Alright. Bam. This one planted for sure. And this baby cacti planted and ready for action. Cute as heck. Oh my gosh. This little pot. Oh, cannot wait to plant something in here as well. It needs to break probably one of my cacti. Oh, so cute, so cute. Okay, one sec. Alright guys, this is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little bit compact of everything video. I really did enjoy to film it and to make all of those nice masterpieces of mine. Oh my gosh, it looks so wild. I actually want to add some tiny figurines, but I need to go ahead through my collection and find some, of course. I cannot wait to see how that Dracena will do, because for now it looks real beautiful as it is. And you know, just simple things like repotting little tiny cacti into little tiny pot is just everything I live for. So thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. Let me know if you did enjoy this video and want to see more of videos like this, where I compile a couple more things into one, because at first I thought maybe just to film the rescue part and that's about it, but then I just couldn't wait to work with this little cutie patootie that you cannot see in the frame, unfortunately, but you saw it already. So Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. Please subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Please like this video so I will know that you definitely want to see something more of this. And let's chat in the comments, how do you think I did with the rescuing portion of this video. I want to hear all of the tricks you used to do to your dracaenas. I mean, every tip is always welcome on this channel. What do you think about this beautiful pot? Actually soon gonna reveal where I got it from and all of the details, so stay tuned as well. And of course, before leaving you, let me teach you another language lesson. So since today is Easter as I'm filming this, let me just teach you how to say Easter in Lithuanian and in Russian. I don't remember how to say it in Polish. Definitely don't remember it, I'm so sorry. But anyway, if you want to say Easter in Lithuanian, you need to say Velykos. Once again, Velykos. And if you want to say Easter in Russian, you need to say Pascha. Once again, Pascha. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Leave in the comment section down below Easter emojis that comes to your mind. Maybe it's a little bit of sun, maybe it's a little bit of blooms or chickens or eggs, whatever comes to your mind. Maybe a little bunny. And I will know that you watched till the very end. I hope you'll have a wonderful week ahead of you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.